Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're doing well. So I haven't been doing a lot of crafting, so I thought I'd better come on and catch up. So today I want to do last week's crafting with something from my Secondhand Sunday haul. So you may remember that I picked up a whole lot of dies and stamps, I think it was, off of Marketplace, and it included these little plain dies. So today I want to use these. I haven't been using my dies and stamps enough, and that's something I want to do in the new year, is experiment with them a lot more and find ways to incorporate them into my journals. So firstly, I quickly want to talk about something. Just recently I decided to close down my Paper Possibilities Crazy Crafters group and the sales group that's connected to that. Now, I didn't go into much detail in the group, but, you know, it's been an awesome group. It's been so much fun. There are the best people in there, and I thank them all so much for their contributions, their support, and just having fun with us in the last couple of years. And I thought I'd just let them know what's been going on. Now, I haven't been well for a few years, just the usual stuff, nothing serious. But a year before I started journaling, so about 4 years ago, I started getting migraines, and they were only a couple of times a month. Now, due to other issues I'm having, they did start coming on more frequently, to the point where I'm actually having migraines or the symptoms of on a daily basis. So it affects my balance and my memory, my speech, you know, all the sorts of things that migraines do affect. And, you know, it's so sort of common that it gets really, really frustrating. And of course, the best thing I can do is try to avoid you know, the triggers of migraine, and that includes your stress, your chocolate, which is really sad. I'm definitely not avoiding that completely, you know, and all that sort of stuff. So I decided, with everything that's going on, that I should take a step back a bit, reevaluate what I'm doing, and just focus on the little things in the background that I can do. So, yeah, unfortunately, I regret having to close my group down. I'm also stepping back from my admin positions in other groups as well. But I'll still be around. I'm still going to be doing videos because that's something I can do when I'm feeling all right. They just might be a little infrequent at times. And I also want to get a shop up in the new year. Now, when I first started journaling, my main aim was, well, actually, because when I found journaling, it was because I was getting so many books out of the bins and wondering what I could do with the pages, and I stumbled across journaling, and then I realised there was a market for book pages. So my main aim was to sell book pages. But then I fell in love with making journals, and I got on the design teams and all that sort of stuff. So that sort of set me off track a bit from what my goal was. And then I started the group. Now, if I had known I was going to feel so crappy in the last few years, I wouldn't have started the group. I mean, I love it, but it is a bit of work, and it's something that's constantly on your mind, and that's the sort of thing that I probably don't need too much at the moment while I'm dealing with things. So and if I thought that I was going to feel much better soon, then of course I wouldn't give up on the groups and that, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be an ongoing thing since it's been, you know, a good 4 years already. So and it's just gotten worse. So, yeah, sometimes you've got to look after yourself and do what's right by you. So, yeah, I just want to explain that to everyone that was in the group or wanting to get in the group, that I'm real sorry about that. I constantly feel like I'm letting people down because I'm just not able to keep up with things as much. So, yeah, it's definitely sort of takes the stress off a bit if I just step back, and I really just want to concentrate on little bits of crafting here and there and selling some of the book pages, because one thing I really love is grabbing books and things from the op shop, as you know, for crafting, but I definitely can't use everything I get, so it'd be really nice to be able to share all of that around. All right, yeah, and just a massive thank you to everyone for your support. I love you all. You know, I've gotten to know the best mob of people through doing my crafting, and especially in the group. They were just wonderful. You know, it was the best group. So it has been, you know, hard to come to that conclusion this week and put it into action, but I know that it's necessary for me at the moment. All right, so we've got these dies. I have a airmail envelope here. It's a bit ratty, but oh well, I don't mind using things that are a bit crinkled and that. I think it adds to the whole sort of vintage style of things. Now what I've done is cut out some of the dies on map paper, some atlas pages that I had, cut out some ones of Japan and some of Australia. And I also have, I've cut another piece of map page out that I might use, just some with the ocean. And I have a plane ticket here. Now, these fall out of the books that I find at the store all the time. And, you know, I keep them all because I think that that'd be great little ephemera pieces to put into travel journals. So I thought, why not do something with one of these today and just have a bit of fun, because that's what I need to get back to, just doing little things and having fun. So make me feel better. So I'll just grab my corner rounder and we'll get started with this. So I think I want to close this envelope. So I'll do that first. I'll grab my glue. Might just use my Kmart glue to do that. Been trialing this Anko glue from Kmart. Haven't used it a lot. It's actually fabric glue. And I thought it might be a bit like Yark glitter glue, and so far it seems to be working really well. So I hope all of you are doing well. I'm sure there are many of you out there that go through the same things that I'm going through at the moment. So, and yeah, everyone's been really understanding, so that's great. It had been on my mind for a while to shut the group down because I was finding it all a bit much, but I didn't want to do it because we do have so many cool people in there, and they, you know, we do all the challenges, and it's so much fun seeing what everyone puts up each month. So I'm going to miss that, that's for sure. Now, I think I want to do it up this side. I'm just going to snip this end off so that we've got an opening up the top. Like so. Make sure we haven't stuck our envelope closed with any of our glue. So that's looking pretty good. Now I have got some ink here. Just debating if I want to use it or not. I might. I've got some Salty Ocean. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough, but we will have a look. See what it looks around the outside of these aeroplanes. Yeah, that works. Just to highlight them a bit better. So the plane ticket is from Sydney to Tokyo or something, hence why I've cut the planes out of map that is Japan and New South Wales. Now I'll do the back of this one. I'll just shut my computer lid. It's, don't know if you can hear it, but it's, I think the fan's going off because it's quite warm today, so it's making a bit of noise. It's about 27, I think, here today. We're getting up to 37 on Friday. That'll be nice and warm for the bookshop. It'll be my last Friday in the bookstore, and then we're off for our Christmas break. But I am ahead with my book haul videos due to the fact I got a big haul from Marketplace a few weeks back, and I showed that over a couple of weeks. So that put me sort of behind in the book hauls I was grabbing from the bookshop. So they might carry me through the holidays. I might ink around this as well. Why not? Just adds that bit of definition. A bit of colour. Doesn't hurt to use a bit of colour. So this ticket was like that, perforated, and I decided to pull that little bit off, and I wasn't going to use this, and then I thought, well, why not do another little pocket and slip this in as well, because you can write on the back of them. Again, it's all wrinkled and that, but I don't mind. I'll just put it in my own personal journal. Now, I was going to corner around. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think they're about the 7mm rounds. So do that. And then this should be about the same. Beautiful, that looks a bit better. Now re-ink these corners. Let's ink around this one. So yes, I want to catch up on my making with my second-hand haul things. I'll have one more to do for Sunday's second-hand haul, so I'll have to think of what to make with that stuff. So what I want to do is stick this on the front as a pocket, and we're going to slip this little piece in there. Just debating whether I might just lightly corner around up here. I don't know if I could be bothered sewing. It would look good with sewing, but I just don't think I could be bothered at the moment. It gets like that sometimes, doesn't it? So I'm going to use my Helmers, I think, for this. Been organising my craft room a fair bit too, because I purchased some bookcases off of Marketplace. They were advertised as DVD shelves, and I thought they'd be quite narrow, but they're, I don't know, they're more like little bookcases, and they're really tall, so I had fun trying to fit that in the across the lying down front seat of my sedan. I fit two of them in, so they only just fit. I think I scratched my dash a bit, but it was worth it for some bookcases, and they're great for storing my ephemera bits on. They don't go with my colour scheme because it's all white furniture in here. They're brown, but I don't care. They were only $10 each, so it was definitely worth it. Leave a little white border around there. So that's given us a pocket on the front and a pocket in there as well. So let that dry, and we'll work out what we're doing with our little plain die cuts. So this, let's see how this fits in. Fits in nicely, doesn't it? And so it doesn't slide down all the way. What I want to do with this is stick it on the front like a tab, and I'll probably leave the little wing unstuck a bit. Because I'm thinking then that can go down like that. Now, do we want to leave? So we might be able to get away with leaving most of the base unstuck, because I think that'll look pretty cool. All right, let's see how we're going to do this. So we've got the other piece is going to be our back piece. So we might stick that to the back, and that will anchor the whole lot of the tab. So I'd want to stick that. I don't know, we'll see if this is going to work. You never know till you try. So I will just grab a bit of my greaseproof. Now make sure we've got the right one. Yes, get some glue on that. Be something like that, I think. So I'm hoping that will nicely anchor. Wow, look at that. That's what my glue's done to the other side. It went straight through. Kind of liked it, but wow. I wasn't expecting that. I have no idea what the outcome of this is going to be now. It's going to have this black inking effect around my aeroplane, but that's all right. So now the idea will be to stick the top of this onto the top of this plane. And I think for that, I'm going to use 10,000 different glues here and see if, oh, where is it? Here. Now, this is art glitter glue in this little bottle, so hopefully it's still coming out all right. I think that'll be better for this fine work. Yep, it's coming out good. I don't use this very often, and when I do, I'm always surprised at how runny this stuff is. I have to remember that that happened for when I use plane tickets in the future, because that is quite shocking. Oops, don't get that stuck on there. I think that'll work. So I better let it dry for a bit. Squeezing out all the excess. So that's our tab on top of our plane ticket there. And so I wanted to do something similar, I think, for this one, but it depends how it looks once I... So that fits in there really nicely. Or I could just put it down on there. But I don't think I will keep this up at all. I think I'd stick it down properly for that one. Why not? Let's just do it now. We wanted Kyoto on there, like that. Might as well just keep using this. Getting that little lid in it. I usually end up taking the lids off so that they don't dangle around. I wonder if this glue's going to have the same effect. What's on over the top of that, so it might not. And then we'll stick its little back on. So that would go on like that. I'm going to take this off because it's really annoying me. Try and get it on so it's even. It's not there. I think that's a bit better. So I'll let them dry good. Still a little tacky. I'm so used to my Hellmann's because that dries, you know, I was going to say instantly, but you've got a slight bit of wiggle room. So that can be slipped in now. I think it will slip under this little bit there if we want it to, so it goes down a bit more, although it's probably not good to put it down that far, but that's how that will sit. And then that will go in afterwards. So basically my idea with this is could just have it as a floating pocket because you can write on the back and everything as well and just clip it in, or you could stick it into a journal and leave a tuck spot behind and have something else behind there. But it's got its two little journaling cards. Just ink that a little bit more. I could do with something there, and I do have stamps and that, so okay, I found this stamp. I hope it's Japanese, I'm not 100% sure. And it's Life's Journey, so I might actually stamp that up there. I think that would look really cool. So I'm just going to use my black soot distress ink. I should probably do a tester. Make sure that I get it inked up nicely. Yeah, that's coming out quite nice. I've put some of my greaseproof paper in the envelope too, just in case it goes right through the ink, because the envelope's quite thin. Oh, I got the clumsies. Always got the clumsies. There we go, that'll do. A bit crooked, but I'll slip this one in. The wing goes over quite easily. It's just getting it under the other bits, so, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't go under the whole way. There. I just like the way it looks. And then we've got this little one that would slip in, just like that. So it's different. Don't know if I like the two aeroplanes, but probably could have done without that one or stuck it down there, but it'll do. So that's my little pocket that I have made for this week's, well, last week's making something with my Secondhand Sunday supplies. So I hope that gave you some ideas. It was fun. It's good to get back to just some basic crafting like this. I've got so much stuff here, as you all know, and I really just want to grab stuff and figure out what to do with it. So, yeah, and use a whole lot of it up. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Yep, must do my last Sunday's Secondhand Sunday. Oh, it's a mouthful. Supplies creating. So I will have a think of what I can make. See you later.